2007, Brett Ryan, a charming 26-year-old in Toronto, was known for his friendliness and volunteer work, reading to sick children and umpiring Little League games. But behind his seemingly perfect exterior, he faced personal hurdles. He is a college dropout with over $60,000 debt. He worked as a part-time painter, feeling his potential was wasted and dreams hindered by debt. Frustrated by his financial crisis, Brett hatched an audacious plan in October 2007. Disguised with bandages all over his head and a fake injury, he entered a nearby bank, demanded $2,000, and left with over $1,000. Surprisingly, police didn't apprehend him. Over 8 months, Brett robbed a dozen more banks, collecting nearly $30,000, and even the media dubbed him as the fake bearded bandit due to his eccentric disguises. Brett's crimes remained hidden because he had no prior criminal record, keeping his fingerprints out of police records. Authorities could only catch him in the act. In the summer of 2008, they finally arrested him. During his trial, friends and volunteer organizations spoke of his community contributions. Expressing remorse for his actions, Brett received a lenient sentence of just under 4 years, considering his remorse and positive history. Upon release in 2010, Brett encountered difficulties rejoining society as an ex-convict. They even moved to another neighborhood just to get away from all the gossips. Employment proved elusive, worsening his financial struggles and leading to bankruptcy. Though initially embarrassed, Brett's family later decided to financially support his return to college to complete his biophysics degree. During his time in school, Brett met Kristen, and they fell in love, even though he had disclosed his criminal history. They later moved in together. In 2015, Brett's father passed away, leading Brett to spend more time helping his mother, who started paying him for his assistance, easing some of his financial burden. In 2015, Brett proposed to Kristen, and she said yes. But he silently left college due to extreme stress, keeping it hidden to avoid disappointing his fiancée and family. Then, in 2016, he lucked out with a job offer from a tech firm, which seemed to confirm his false image. However, the offer was revoked a week later upon uncovering his criminal background. Desperate to hide his deceit, Brett crafted elaborate alibis and planned to kill his mother, fearing she'd reveal his lies to Kristen. In a heated argument, Brett stormed into the garage, intending to retrieve his crossbow from a shelf. His mother followed him, and in his haste he accidentally grabbed a handful of arrows instead of the crossbow. Quickly realizing that his mother would see the weapon if he proceeded, he took advantage of the situation. He pulled the arrows down, re-gripped them like a knife, and viciously attacked his mother. She fell backwards and a shelf actually landed on top of her, pinning her to the ground, at which point Brett seized the opportunity. He grabbed a piece of nylon and wrapped it around her neck and starts suffocating her. Afterwards, Brett moved his mother's lifeless body to the side of the garage and put the shelf back in place. Anticipating the arrival of his older brother, Chris, whom his mother had called, Brett hid behind the garage door and waited. When Chris entered, Brett shot him with a crossbow in the back of the neck, instantly killing him. Brett stacked Chris's body on top of their mother's and covered them with a tarp. As he did this, another car pulled into the driveway belonging to Brett's younger brother, AJ. Realizing he had to complete his plan, Brett didn't have time to load his crossbow. Instead, he grabbed an arrow and confronted AJ, fatally stabbing him in the neck during a struggle in the driveway. Meanwhile, inside the house, their other brother Leland woke up to the commotion and rushed outside. He witnessed Brett and AJ fighting, with AJ lying motionless on the ground. Brett then turned his attention to Leland, and they engaged in a violent struggle. Leland sustained severe injuries but managed to escape and seek help from a neighbor who called the police. Brett's murderous spree had come to a gruesome end after knowing that the police were coming. Brett was arrested and expressed remorse for his actions. In court, he admitted to his crimes and received 3 consecutive life sentences. The surviving brother, Leland, was left traumatized by the gruesome events of that day. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit like and subscribe. We also have YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram account named AI Dark Stories. We upload 3 to 5 videos a week, so hit that notification button for updates. Have a good one. Cheers.